Good morning and welcome to another fun episode of Daddykirbs Live here on Saturday mornings on the Daddykirbs farm. Always a pleasure to be with you guys on Saturday mornings. I love this time. And one of the reasons I love this is because everyone has a story and every story counts. I believe it. I believe your story counts because you count. And so that leads us straight in, jumping right into the pledge this morning we like to share as a community, and that is where we sit up straight, we put our hand on our chest, and we say, my story counts because I count. Say that to yourself, believe it. Sometimes I still struggle believing it myself, but it is true. You are important, you are valuable, and what you have to say, someone needs to hear it. So share your story. I also, on Saturday mornings, like to share gratitude, and the gratitude every week. I have gratitude for so many things, but consistently for this show, the cat just jumped off the table. That's why the camera went. Consistently for this show, the gratitude is that I am so grateful for my moderator team, the group of people that joined in to help keep this show safe and family friendly and continuing on. Also to my patrons, those who support me financially, whether it's through Patreon, PayPal, or even sometimes a check in the mail. You guys, I don't ask for it. I don't, it's just really nice that some people have it in their hearts to share of their financial gifts to others so that they can share their story. So thank you very much. Also, big thank you to just the people that follow along. Those of you who want to be a part of this as an audience. And yeah, because without you, I wouldn't have a show. And then I'd just be sitting here talking to myself. And it looks like we might be lagging just a bit. I don't know why, but hopefully it catches up. Julie Nelson moving to Idaho. Yes. Yes. I'm so excited for you. Hopefully everything, with lots of prayers, things go well and you can enjoy your stay in Idaho. Let's see here. Just a quick look here. Sherlyn, Joe, Kate, Weetree. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. So today is likely to be, not likely, it is going to be another short show. I have a few things to share, but and then also a little announcement at the end. We're going to talk this morning about some of the challenges. Every bit of life is full of challenges. Life is a series of decisions, challenges, and consequences of those. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. So there's no way it wouldn't be any fun to eliminate the challenges, but it is important to recognize the different things that we have to go through, come together as a community sometimes, but always facing your challenges with, I guess, a positive attitude and grace, giving grace to yourself, to other people, and just to circumstances. Grace is very important. I believe it's very important, and that is just allowing things to be. So I just want to go through and talk about some of the challenges that we've come up with here on the homestead, and then some things that would be more just life and not homestead related. And it's just really a topic for discussion. Maybe somebody gets something out of this. And really the whole point is, for my channel, the point is to educate, entertain, and encourage. Sometimes I'm about education, telling you guys how to do something, or at least how I do something. Sometimes it's entertainment. It's just, hey, we're all here for fun. Let's smile. Let's have fun. And then sometimes it's about encouragement. So maybe this one this morning falls in that category. We'll see. Good morning, everyone. Alyssa is here. Brian Morgan is here. Country Homestead Preacher. And I do appreciate each one of you. I always miss whenever I start sharing people's names. I miss somebody, so apologies there. But it's not a real easy interface here because I'm on my mobile phone and I have to scroll through and see people. So it's not always easy. So just to jump in with some of the challenges that on the homestead, some of them are like just normal. You know, you have a garden, you have a homestead, and gardening is so much a set of challenges that uh, sometimes don't go well. Sometimes you plant seeds and they don't germinate, they don't come up, or they do germinate and little bugs eat your nice green new plants off, or they freeze, or you don't water them enough, or you water them too much, and it's just there's a lot of things that can happen when you're gardening. And one of the things going on in my garden this year that I just have not been able to keep up with, mainly because I've had so many other things going on. Like, look at that thing back there being built. That takes a lot of the time. I don't have a lot of free time anyway, but whatever free time I have had, that barn has been the focus this year. So my garden behind me, uh, yeah, it's suffering. And one of the ways it's suffering is it has been almost completely overtaken with grasses, weeds and grasses. Now, normal weeds to me aren't that crazy big of a deal because they pop up, you can pull them, and it usually is pretty good. When grasses get in there, like Bermuda grass and other types of grasses, it seems like it's so much harder to get that under control. And that's happened to me a few times over the years, and I've managed to get it under control in different ways. But this year, my garden has been almost completely overtaken with grasses. And yeah, so that is a major challenge. So when I look at that, I have one option would be to walk in my garden and just curse it, you know, get mad. Oh my gosh, why is gardening so hard, and why are the weeds growing so much? Oh, I can't get this under control. Life is against me. You could do that, and a lot of people do, and I have at different times in my life chosen that. But that really doesn't do anyone, yourself. The garden doesn't care whether you're mad or not. Um, so it doesn't do anyone any good. So if you look at that and you give nature some grace and just understand that nature is what it is and it does what it does, and then give yourself, a gardener, some grace. Give your gardener, whether it's you or someone else, some grace to say, okay, I've had a hard time based on whatever else. Here's my circumstances, and I'm going to move forward. I'm going to research. I'm going to figure out how to better combat weeds, hopefully without chemicals. I'm just saying, but you can do it. You can do it. So it's just one of those things. I'm gonna go through these kind of quick, just because, like I said, it is going to be a shorter show this morning. Another thing, when you have horses or animals or really any type of livestock, things come up. You know, they might get hurt. Predators might be attacking them, or um, you know, maybe they get sick or whatever. There's just a lot of things that come up with horses. For us, we have an older horse, Teo, and in the summertime, he tends to get tummy aches, and they call that colicking. Well, in a horse, when they colic, that can be life-threatening. You know, you say, well, it's just a tummy ache, but they have certain conditions, and the horses naturally want to get down on the ground and roll around and fight that pain by, you know, kind of rolling on the ground. And I'm not a horse vet. I'm not even like that super knowledgeable about horses, but I've been exposed to some things. And I guess their gut can get all caught up in a knot, and they can die. So there's a challenge. Teo this year has colicked at least once, and you have to pay special close attention to the signs of that, and then know how to take care of that. And sometimes it means paying a vet bill. So again, just like the garden, you could look at the situation and say, why is life so hard? It always happens to me. And why do I have to pay the vet? And why do I have to all these things? But again, give the animals some grace. They're just animals. They're just out there doing what they do. They only have the resources you give them because you're the caretaker. And sorry, scrolling, looking at my chat here. You know, you got to do the best you can, and in the end, give yourself some grace too, because the animal, they need you to love them no matter what, through thick or thin. I always like that one, thick or thin, because I never really know what's good and what's bad. Is thin or thick good, and the other one, I don't know. Anyway, I'm looking at my horses over here, and I'm just thinking, you know, they present the financial challenge because you have to pay for them, you have to pay for their feed, you have to pay for the fences and the vet bills and all those things, and then just the challenges of interacting with them. You guys saw that video of me of introducing them to the farm, one to another, and that could have went super crazy. And you know, so there's grace in those moments as well. I guess the message here this morning is that I feel like I need to give myself and my family and my community grace sometimes when it's easier to just get mad. But let's talk about chickens and predators. Oh my goodness, there's people spend a lifetime trying to figure out how to raise chickens and keep them safe from predators, and it's that's a special set of circumstances and challenges as well. What else do we have here? Bees, my beekeeper friends. Let's see here. Real life at its best. That's right. Bees swarm here in South Texas. Genetics can be switched in a pretty rapid time from gentle bees to angry bees. Beetles, mites, different hive styles, and there's a bunch of challenges with beekeeping. The heat, the stress and struggle of carrying all the equipment and lifting the boxes. There's a lot of challenges, and no matter what you do, you're gonna come up one challenge after another. And I think if you face those challenges with grace. So Mama Curbs has a friend, and she sent Mama Curbs a message, or I don't remember exactly how it happened, but she was sharing with me that this friend, she said that you need to adapt with grace, adapt and show grace. And that just stuck with me because it is so important in our lives that when we're interacting with people, with animals, with nature, just in general, every challenge, every opportunity, every challenge is an opportunity to decide, am I going to face this with grace, or am I going to face this with leaning on my own strength and understanding and getting upset and angry? And I've done both. I'm just be honest, I have done both. And it's a whole lot easier when you face it with grace and just allow for giving other people in the circumstance, the animals, the nature, yourself, just give them grace. Hey, Mr. Happy, just a little bit to help with your challenges and show grace. You see what I set up behind me? We actually bought a new set of cornhole bags because these are getting kind of wore out. I didn't bring the new ones out, but let's see what I can do here. Ooh. It's always the first one, right? Thank you, Happy. Joe is a big fan of beekeepers. I'm a big fan of beekeepers. Not because I am one, but, well, I guess because I am one, I understand the challenges that they face. And for people to want to do this past one season is a pretty amazing thing. I have stuck with it because somewhere early on I fell in love with the bees as individual critters, because critters, I almost said critters and insects in the same word. Crit-sec? Anyway, they are just fascinating. And then as a colony, it's even more fascinating. And to wrap your brain around what they're doing, it's just, I don't know that we as people can truly ever understand what's going on there. And it's just, it's amazing. So yeah, I'm a big fan of beekeepers too. Mom's in the house. She said, good morning. Grace and forgiveness to ourselves and others is the best. Is best. That's right. Princess. That's right. So then you have as a parent. So I'm a daddy, and most of my kids now are adults, and so there comes special challenges with being a parent of adult children, especially, not especially, because every stage has its own challenges, but the stage where the adult children are, they're just becoming adults. They're going out to be, their own person and do their own thing. There are special challenges with that, and right now, I'm gonna just tell a little bit about my son. He wants a motorcycle, and then that's a big deal. And Mama Curbs is pretty firmly against that. And I'm not firmly against it just because I used to ride. I loved it, and I gave that up a long time ago. But it's fun, so I understand his desire. And but those circumstances, those particular challenges in a family where the parents and the children want different things, approaching those things with love and grace sometimes is difficult. But yep. Hey, Mom, I see that. My brother is a science teacher, and he would like for a beekeeper to do a Zoom meeting, Zoom session with his science class. So I need to get back with my brother about that. Last night, as I was getting ready to reply to him, I got busy with my own sets of challenges and forgot to reply, or didn't get back to replying to him. Farmer Meemaw in the house. Good morning. So I saw lots of pictures of people that got to enjoy Doug and Stacy's Homesteading Live Conference in Missouri. That was so wonderful seeing pictures. I got to go last year. 2019 was my year of visiting conferences and things, and that was so much fun visiting with people and seeing each other as a community and just coming together, like-minded people, chatting. And I really love seeing Farmer Meemaw's pictures on Instagram and other people as they shared the Homesteading Live Conference from their perspective, and that was just super cool. So thank you for doing that. And a big thank you to Doug and Stacy for being leaders in this community and doing the Homesteading Live Conference. Kate, right now I am drinking Axio. That is my energy drink after I'm done with my tea in the mornings. And Axio is a great product. Just a little, yes, I sell it. I'm a distributor for it, but I believe in it. It is good for your brain, good for your body, and it helps me get started in my day. So it is a great product, and I enjoy at least one every day. Yeah, Doug and Stacy were awesome. I've heard that from several people now, saying that this this year it felt a little different, but it was just so inviting and warm, and people were having a great time, and I love that, and I do wish that I had the opportunity to go. Yes, meeting Kilted Gardener's family in Virginia last year. It was just a good time. Just a very good time. What else do we have here? Oh, fermenting foods. I wrote that down. So you guys saw last week my fermented food collection. It's not extensive. It's a few things, but that sauerkraut was looking absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. The color was turning. You could see the bubbles, and it was just so fun. And a few days ago, 2 days ago, I found mold. Yep, the killer of fermented foods. And some people say you can just scrape it off and move on, but I'm not there. Whenever there's mold, because I know mold can reach way down into the ferment and you may not even be able to see it. So it's not necessarily only living on top. And yep, lost my sauerkraut. I'll try again. Give myself grace. Understand that nature is what it is, and it does what it does, and it doesn't listen to my will. That's for sure. And so I'll try again. I lost 2 quarts, and I'll just clean it out and pack up 2 more quarts. Yeah, Kate, I know that you have a challenge with mold in your ferments. I've had it a little bit here and there over time, but I have more success than failure. But this time it just, I don't know what happened. Sometimes it just happens. Joe says it's cool how you documented your beekeeping since the beginning. Thanks, Joe. I think it's important. You know, someday I'd like to be the beekeeper that comes on and I have amazing lessons and tips and tricks and techniques, and everyone can just know that they're going to get something valuable out of my beekeeping videos. But right now it's just a journey. It's just me sharing what I do and what I know, which may sometimes isn't very much. And this is another challenge as a creator. I need to know that my story is valuable and I can create things, and that even if it's not full of information or you know, I'm a master class every time, it's okay. It's okay, because there are people who have benefited from just me sharing what I share, even though it's not necessarily the most educational or full of facts and information like other channels. I value those channels for sure, but also, you know, sometimes it's just about sharing who you are, excuse me, and what you do. So thank you. Canada in the house. Who's Canada? Oh, Lynx is here. All right, moving on, because I said this is going to be a short show. We have only a few minutes left. So I shared, oh, here's a big one for those of you that live in Texas or anywhere warm. My AC, air conditioning, went out this past week. Yep, and within 24 hours, our house went from a cool 76 degrees to a humid, sweltering 87 degrees in the house. And, you know, I don't want to complain, because, you know, people live without comforts, I know, all over the world. but yeah, when your AC goes out in South Texas, it becomes something you think about. And we ended up getting an entirely new AC system because it was dead. The whole thing was just dead. So that is a financial challenge, a comfort challenge. It just presents a whole set of challenges. But we got it fixed and we're in good shape. So that's just one of those things that, you know, Doug, Off-Grid Doug, he shares sometimes that the air conditioning makes you weak. Maybe. But I don't want to be living in South Texas with no air conditioning through August for very long. That's for sure. Farmer Meemaw says, I have a friend at the conference who lives in Texas and lives off grid, no AC. She said it's 90-ish degrees when they go to bed. You know, I think if you got used to that, yes, you could probably just put it in your head that that's the way it is, and you run your fans or open your windows or whatever you do to be comfortable, and you just know that that's the way it is. But that's not our life right now. Our life is like most everyone else in Texas. You have an air conditioner, and you know that you can get out of the humid and heat, and when that goes away in an instant, it becomes something you think about. Happy says I must be weak. Yep. Adobe house that's partially underground would be certainly a way to keep things more temperature stable. That's for sure. I've thought about building something like that, but you know, our house, we bought it when we bought our homestead. We like most everyone else, we just didn't know a whole lot. So the normal thing is you just go buy a house if you're lucky to have some land. That's great. And the dreams of a permaculture, you know, harmony with nature, energy efficient, all those dreams, those are things to strive for, but it's not what most of us live with, at least not initially. All right, what else? Luke's health, of course. You guys know the challenges, the ups and downs. I could go on for an hour with that. I'm not going to, but I am lucky, not lucky, blessed, fortunate right now to report that Luke is smiling and happy and doing pretty well. And so we're definitely in one of the ups. Luke's health is a roller coaster, and we're in one of the up moments right now, or we're heading to an up moment. So that's wonderful. That's good. We'll take that every time. And let's see, I think I hit most of the things that were on my list, and we're running short on time. The big announcement is that I will be taking a break from live shows. I'm going to pause so that Saturday mornings for a short time, I don't know how long, can be a time for me to focus on getting out here and working on the barn. A time for me to enjoy more with the family, possibly enjoy more time editing and creating so that I can create more. You guys have noticed I haven't done a lot of actual videos, and that's because of family and work and building the barn, and there's a lot of reasons. So yeah, right now, this is going to be the last show for a while. I don't know how long. It might be a month, or maybe in 2 weeks I'll decide, nope, I just want to do the shows. But right now we are going to take a break. You guys are an amazing community. I would love to invite you to come over to the family group on Facebook and you know, join in there, start conversations. And I would love to encourage, there's 400 and some community members there. It is a closed group, so you have to answer the questions to get into the group. And there are 400 and some community members in the family members, and it's a place where we can gather and continue to encourage each other. It doesn't have to be here in the live shows. And yeah, reach out to your other favorite creators and tell them how much you enjoy them and how much you appreciate them as a part of your life, because we are all a part of each other's stories and lives. So that's the announcement. That's the big deal. And I haven't wanted to say that. I've wanted to, but not because there's I love this time on Saturday mornings, and I love that you love it. But there have just been enough things to come up lately where I feel like I need to just take the break. Not quitting, just taking a break. So there we are at 30 minutes. You guys are beautiful and wonderful. And Joe throwing in at the last minute, a squirrel. My dream one day I will move from the city to I hate that word, rural area. Can't ever say it. Thanks for being a motivational speaker and always sharing as much as you're able to. Take care. Thank you, Joe. So that, let's see if I can get it on the board. No! All right. Hey, that was it. Let me just for fun, I'm going to finish. This is the grand finale. I'm going to throw these things and see if we can get something on the board here. Where is that thing? On the board, but where did it go? Oh, I fell off. There's one. There's two. What a way to end the show. Love you guys. Everyone has a story. Every story counts. Your story counts because you count. I believe it. You need to believe it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.